this is Navelli sweater. Pattern by Caitlin Hunter. And the yarn, 3 dyers. Hello, and this is a finished object video. This is a fingering weight sweater knitted from the bottom up. It is a paid for pattern, and I'm not a designer, and the link to the pattern is down below. I did not purchase this pattern. I got this pattern as a gift from a lovely viewer, Lisa. She motivated me to knit, and I was inspired by browsing through YouTube and finding similar colors that I had a similar yarn, Sweet Georgia podcast, so check that out. Okay, so this is Navelli sweater, and the designer is Caitlin Hunter, and I'm going to show you that now. The original pattern looks slightly different because I made some modifications in regard sleeves. I'm going to tell you quickly what I did. Now, so over here you can see what I can see. Navelli sweater, Caitlin Hunter. We have 1,114 project. When I started it, I think there was like 700. And this is how it looks. You could see it's beautiful gold color, and it's a cropped sweater, fingering weight with short sleeves. And you can see some other photos right now. Okay. And what else we know over here? You could see the price the way I see it, so from Ireland, adding up probably 9% VAT for digital goods. And what we have over here, we have a sweater, finger weight, and the gauge is 24 stitches and by 30 rows. And I got that, but I got that on different needles. The recommended, the start-up needles that the pattern recommends is US size 2, which is 2.75 millimeters, and US size 3, which is 3.25 millimeters. We have sizes over here, so we have size from 1 to 12, and you can see on the screen the bust measurements. The yarn over here that was used was Cozy yarn Sea Cloud, and I think that's all right that the pattern tells you. And now what I did. What size did I knit? I knit size 5 because my bust measurement is 40 inches, and as the pattern tells you that it should be loads of positive ease, I thought I would go for it. I did size 5 in regards body, and I wanted to do size 6 in regards arms. However, while I was knitting it, halfway through when I finished the top and I joined them together, the designer made information that there was a mistake. But anyway, I had to do my own math and then figure out what I need to do with the sleeves then. So anyway, size 5, which is for finished bust circumference, 51 inches, which is 129.5 centimeters. So I have 100 centimeters, so we have 29.5 centimeters positive ease over here. If we have 51, isn't it? 51 inches, and that's 40 inches, so that's 11 inches positive ease. I would say it is positive, but it's not completely, you know, like big. And you can definitely see this by the shoulder line over here. So that much positive I have, you know, and overall this doesn't look that bad, isn't it? I thought it would be like a boxy, but it's not. It is a cropped sweater. It's my first time ever cropped sweater. I've never even owned a cropped sweater. So thank you so much, Lisa. We have cropped sweater. We start from the bottom. We start with the ribbing, and that's why we go 2.75 millimeters, which is US size 2 needles, and I did that. And then we moved to a Colorwork, and the pattern tells you that to make sure that your gauge for the colorwork and the body is exactly the same. But as most of the knitters, I just went for it and figured out how it's going to go. I went with a size 3 millimeters, although pattern suggests 3.25 millimeters. So 3 millimeters is 2.5 US size, and I think the 3.25 is US size 3. So that I got exactly the same gauge, and I was shocked a little bit, but so happy because I didn't really, I just, you know, it's oversized. If I get the even slightly bigger, it won't be a problem. However, the pattern as an error, it does not say it now. At some point when you separate for the sleeves, you change needle size, which is not true. You continue with the body size now, but I did change that, and that also changed the gauge and also changed the row height, which is very important in regards to the sleeves. Although it wasn't that bad because it said that you have to knit to a certain height. So you take a measuring tape and just measure what you have and you stop then, which wasn't that a big deal. But then when I went to the sleeves, it said that I should pick up stitches, did not say how, and knit in around certain number of stitches. It did not say how I should spread it and do stuff. And what I did, because I knew I will have to pick up stitches, my best way to do it is to do slip stitches when you do flat knitting. I love that. So basically what you do when you finish knitting, right, you turn around, you just slip for a stitch. I like to do it with the yarn in the front so it doesn't wrap around, so you have a nice kind of chain-like looking edge. So obviously it's slipped. That will count as 2 rows. Knowing my gauge and knowing how many rows I have, I figure out how many stitches I would have to put in that one stitch, the side stitch, let's say it that way, to have an equal number around and the number that I really like and would classify the same way in regards to that. If you want to see a sneak peek while I'm doing it, so live knitting, let's say it that way, I would say go and check my episodes. I think it goes from episode 75. I think you'll be safe starting watching from episode 75. I think in episode 76 or 77, when I'm in bed with a towel around my head, I'm doing all the calculations just in front of you with a calculator next to me. So you will know how I think while I was doing it. So anyway, then the tools, okay, because that's quite important. So like I said, I went with 2.75, which I'm now knitting socks on them, so I don't have them here. But I use those, and then I went to 3 millimeters, and I don't have it here because I'm knitting a hat. But basically, once I finish knitting Colorwork, and I use these, which is like La Rosa, they're kind of wooden ones. I just wanted to have a nice grip, a longer bit. You know, I didn't have to hurry a lot because let's face it, I did not want to have any mistakes. So I did a few rounds, and and just take a break and did something else. But then when I went to the body, I switched to 16 inches, so it's 40 centimeters cable, and I was knitting in the round. So I had the really small, tiny bit, and I was moving it up until I had to split to shoulders, and then I was knitting front, and then I was knitting back. We have short rows in the front and in the back, because basically the pattern tells you that you will do the same thing what you did either front or back. So basically that means that this sweater is both ways the same way, I think. Although when I'm looking at it, kind of one side drops more, and then I decided, well, this is going to be my front, and I just marked it by my tag. So I hope you can see there's a heart and it says 2019, and you can get this in my shop, so link down below. So now then I was doing the calculations in regards to what to do in regards to my sleeves, and the pattern tells you to do folded sleeves. So basically you knit for a certain number, and then you switch the color, and then you fold it, and there's apparently some kind of folding technique, but I did not go there, so I did not really read about it. So what I did, because I love this yarn, about yarn in a sec, I wanted to use as much as I could, so I split the yarn leftovers to, I think, 2. I split it to 2. I think I split it to 2, and I was knitting as far as I could with one ball, and I picked the one that felt slightly lighter in my hand, although width, you know, says other thing. And then I knitted it with another one. I had some leftovers. This time I wanted to make sure that I have a certain length, so I was counting how many rows. I think I've reached 20 rows. I was just marking that I have it. I was knitting straight. I did not decrease or anything like that. However, when I reaching this moment, I knew I'm going to decrease, and I knew I'm going to change needles. So I changed this to these. which are US size 1, which is 2.25mm needles. They are 9 inch, so I was just literally knitting around, and I knew I will be doing one by one, and before I was doing that, I was decreasing a lot. And I think in episode 76 or 77 I'm telling you how much I decreased. I think I had 91 stitches over here. I had 91 stitches over here for my sleeve, and then I decreased it to 68 stitches if you're interested. The brown color 40 grams. So either, I think that's the leftovers on the brown color, and brown color I had only one skein, so that means I either used, give me a sec, I'll double check, either used 40 grams or I have leftovers 40 grams. Now yes, I have leftovers 41 grams, and as you could see, I think that time my bone line had broken, I had to do it by hand. Either way, I have over here 41 grams left over, so I used 60 grams for the brown color, and this is the brown color, and you may wonder who that is. Oh, I'm so happy to show you now. Dyers. So here it is. I hope Grace is watching. If not, let her know. I'm showing her yarn. She'll be so happy. So this is Bubbles Yarns Global Inspiration, and this is a color Dawn. I know she does not do this color anymore, but you know what? If you ask her nicely. Dawn means brown in Irish. I got this, if I'm right, during one of the either woolen or her own retreat. So Bubbles Yarn Retreat or either woolen last year, so 2018. So I was able to knit something with it. And during woolen, I presume woolen, during this woolen, so 2019, I got a yarn. I got this blue, and to be honest, I fell in love with it straight away. I thought it was going to be a hat and maybe some wrap, but when I saw that Navelli in this pattern, I saw Sweet Georgia, and I was like, I have exactly the same. So what this is, so check it out, is Otherworldly Yarns over here, and you may ask in regards to base. So the brown color is 75% approach merino, 25% nylon, and this one, the blue one, is BFL 75 and nylon 25. So we have slightly different yarn, but still it's a wool, you know. And the only thing I kind of had to be careful, let's say that way, that the brown color is 400 meters in 100 grams, and the blue is 425 meters in 100 grams. So it was slightly thinner. Although you may not see it, isn't it? It's kind of, it could be an eye illusion, isn't it, that it goes like this, but yeah, but I was anyway, I'm so happy to have this, and I know BFL kind of wears very well, so I will have loads of times to wear this and enjoy this. But that's not the only yarn I used. Now I put it somewhere, I don't know where. No, I'm really sorry. So basically I used just for this, and I wanted to tell you how much I used. But if I can say that the brown color I used 60 grams, so maybe for this one I used just 40, but I'm just guessing now. If I get more information, I'll definitely put down below in my project page, or Ravelry, you have the link to my project page, or maybe I put in the description, so just open the description too. Hey, Ellie and Dada, oh I'm so sad. Ellie and Dada is also an Irish indie dyer, so I have 2 Irish indie dyes up here, and I'm going to wear this sweater. And my mom said it's so beautiful where I'm going to wear it. And I said to her, it's perfect for washing dishes. Any work that you have to do at home, you're ready for it. Anyway, I'm going to wear it now. It's going to be my second skin. So thank you so much, Lisa, for encouraging me to knit this pattern. I love it so much, and I hope you love your sweater too. I know she's knitting, or she finished already. And yeah, I think that's all. The bag I used was this one. This is the bag that Seb won during Bubbles Yarn Retreat, and I put over here a keychain sweater, which you can find in my shop too if you're interested to mark your whips, your work in progress. If you have any questions, please leave comments down below. Hopefully I'll be able to help you. Remember, it's Page for Patterns. The pattern has the chart for the bottom section, and everything is written down. Other than that, I love knitting it, and we shall see, am I a fan of the cropped sweater? Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this one. See you next one. Go down below, check my Instagram, say hello to me over there. If you're on Instagram, use hashtag knitting I love, show me what you're knitting, and until the next one, bye. Oh, and the funny bit was that when you're joining over here for the top, remember you have to do that on the wrong side, and then you have to flip back to pick up the needle, pick up the stitches for the sleeves. So you do pick up sleeves on your right side, just in case you get confused or something. Here you can see how I picked up the stitches. It's also a little bit wide over here.